Hello, everyone. Welcome to another guitar lesson with El Javi. I'm excited to be here today to share with you an exercise that is going to help you tremendously in regards of chords and your left hand position. I see a lot of beginner students having trouble whenever it's time to transition between chords because obviously there's all new for every beginner student, but also for intermediate to advanced students when we learn uh, chord shapes that might be a little less familiar compared to all our open position chords, and we still sometimes struggle when it's time to transition from one chord to another. The purpose of this exercise is to help us out develop a better control of our left hand, of our fretting hand, to develop independence between the fingers, a better control, and also a better position for our hand. That way all the notes are clear, they're precise, and just more enjoyable. The step one with this exercise might seem simple, but it's also challenging, and you'll see why. What we're gonna do is we're gonna place all four fingers on the same string, starting on the 5th fret. That means we're gonna start with our index on the 3rd string, the G string, 5th fret, second finger on the 6th fret, third finger on the 7th fret, and fourth finger on the 8th fret. Now, here's where it gets kind of tricky for some people. I'm assuming if you've been playing long enough, you might not have trouble with this, but you'll never know. So we should be able to hear the B string, the 2nd string. Some people might have trouble because we might block the string, might be one of the fingers. You have to make sure your hand position is perfect, or as perfect as possible. One pointer is you should not fix it with your wrist. I see a lot of people trying to not block the strings by doing this with their hand, and that's awful because then your hand won't have the freedom of movement as compared if you have your wrist is completely straight. So you should look for having your wrist as straight as possible. A little bit bent down is okay, but try to keep it as straight as possible. In order to clean up your hand position, you have to really exaggerate how, like you create kind of like a little tunnel under your fingers. So it's all about how you bend the joints of your fingers. All right, now that you got the initial position ready and clean, what we're gonna do next, we're gonna lift our index finger while we keep the other 3 fingers pressing down. Not super strong and not creating any tension, but just making sure your fingers are pressing on the frets that they were before. So we lift our index finger and we bring it up to the 5th string. And we play that. You can play with a pick or with your fingers. If you play with your fingers, I like using my thumb on the 5th string. And then the next step is bringing it down to the 2nd string. You play with your index. Or if you're playing with a pick, then you just skip. We're gonna do that 10 times per finger, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Now, a few pointers. Try to be as precise as you can. You don't have to play this exercise fast. It's more about precision and about control. When you're doing this, make sure your finger is not wandering, struggling like, okay, where am I gonna go? Where am I gonna go? Find full control of where your finger is going, the 5th string or the 2nd string. Great. Now that you've done the first finger, we're gonna do the same thing with the rest of your fingers. So we're gonna bring the first finger back to the 3rd string, and I will lift the middle finger, the 2nd finger, and we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna finger pick it now. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Fantastic. Now, third finger, this tends to be the one that most people have trouble. Whenever we lift the third finger, the other ones wants to move. So make sure you really concentrate on keeping the first, second, and fourth finger down, pressing down as the third finger is moving. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now the last one, our pinky. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's the first part of this exercise. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, please leave me some comments. I'll be happy to answer any questions. Remember, with this exercise, it's not about playing it fast. It's more about accuracy, precision, and control. Don't overdo this exercise. Just 10 times per finger per day. If you practice daily, that should be enough. That's it. Have fun with it. I hope you enjoy it. I'll be sharing more lessons with you. It's been a pleasure to be part of your journey with the guitar. And thank you so much for watching.